everybody, my name is Lydia, aka Miss Banana Splits, and welcome back to another edition of Miss Banana Splits. We're back and we're stretching, and this time it's front splits. So back in October, I had a little bit of an accident. I fell off a paddleboard and fell straight on a rock with my knee. So yeah, it's exactly how it sounds, and it's exactly as painful as it sounds. Like, it was unpleasant. That's another story. But the whole point of me saying that was that I was in hospital for 4 days, and then I was out, like I was unable to walk for maybe a month. I realized how much part of my lifestyle it is to stay active. And I guess it just pushed me even farther when I was in hospital that I wanted to bring my body back to where it was and beyond. I wanted to challenge myself and see myself go even farther. I love pole dancing. Like, everyone has their thing that they go to, that they do. For some people, it's learning the guitar, or they like singing lessons, or going on a hike, or meeting new people, or learning a language. And for me, it's pole dancing. I have this weird mentality that I should probably take classes slower because I don't want to get too good too fast. And I think there is something to be said about taking classes slower because you don't want to hurt your body or push yourself too far, but not if you don't want to improve too fast. Because I always thought, like, there's a ceiling, and what happens if you hit the ceiling too soon? Then you'll get bored and then you'll just go back. And I don't like that mentality. I'm changing that. The mentality now is there is no ceiling. I look at all these great pole dancers on Instagram and I'm like, I'm never going to be like them, so what's even the point? But I'm like, you know what? Like, who's to say that you can't be like that, you know? I had a hole in my knee, and now I can run again. You know, I can walk again, I can dance again. One of the things, however, that is sort of a ceiling for me is my flexibility. Surprise, surprise, I'm not flexible. Yes, I'm Chinese. So when I think of, like, small Chinese children in the circus doing contortion work, I think, oh my gosh, child labor. But I also think, they're so flexible. Why did I not inherit that gene? Why did I not inherit the gene of flexibility or being good at school? I don't know. But that doesn't mean I can't work at it. And a lot of people around me have been like, you can get better, you can work at it. And I'm like, trust me, I have. I was that little girl sitting in class in second with my knees burning, looking around and being like, why can't I touch the floor? And I still can't touch the floor in any shape of the split thingy. Again, I put a limit on myself as a teen, and I was like, if you can't get to your front splits by the time you're 16, then you're never gonna get there. Because as a teenager, I thought 16 was my prime, which is really sad. And so it's all been just like changing my mindset, and one of those things was that, okay, getting to the splits or not, doesn't matter. Let's just work on it every day. Let's just work on it. You know, let's just work on your body, and that's fine. If you get to the splits, great. If you don't, that's fine. Like, cause if I don't get there, then I'm like, whatever, I'm not gonna try and do anything anymore. Anyway, so lots of mindset changes. Maybe being in hospital helped with that, you know. Life is too short, you know, to put limits on yourself. Anyway, this wasn't supposed to be a motivational speech, but it is becoming that, which is amazing, which is fun. So I've been stretching with the StretchIt App for a little while now. I'd say maybe about 1.5 years. And what I love about it is that I'm actually learning about my body through the process. Okay, you have to be very engaged in what you're doing. I have a background in dance, so I'm aware of the muscles and posture and all that stuff, but the StretchIt App is very intuitive. And they get you to do things that you're like, that has nothing to do with my hamstrings. Why am I doing that? You know, it has nothing to do with my arms. But it's so intuitive because, like, the whole body, it's such a holistic, connected thing that it walks you through all these exercises that you don't know is actually contributing to you getting more flexible. So every so often, StretchIt has a 30-day challenge. And I don't like the word challenge because it makes it seem like a competition, and that makes me feel very overwhelmed. So let's not call it a challenge, let's call it a course. It's a 30-day course on getting better at your front splits. Yay, so exciting. One thing that hit me when I first started was that you only do a stretch class every few days. And in between, it's this other thing called the extra active class, which I was like, what is this? Until I did it. And it's sort of somewhere between a workout and a stretch class. It's somewhere in between. Is there a name for that? Like Pilates or something? It walks you through these exercises that help you engage the muscles in your body that are all contributing to you getting flexible, which is so interesting because I've heard a lot of people say that the stronger you get, the more inflexible you get. So it's like they're counter to each other. But I'm experiencing the opposite, that a lot of my muscles have been sat dormant in my body, and so they're just there, not not being activated, not being used, not being engaged. And as I go through this app, as I go through these training courses, I'm actually engaging them. And so they're turning on and they're like, oh, I'm a muscle. I haven't been working in a while because I don't need to. Wait, oh, you're asking me to move. Oh. So basically today I'm gonna show you one of the extra active classes and one of the stretch classes. So you can see sort of the difference between the two, as well as, yeah, so you cannot freak out about it because they're pretty chill. They're pretty chill, pretty good, it's pretty good. All right, let's go. Enough talking. And now for the live commentary. So as per usual, we usually start with some lighter warm-ups, spinal rolls, lots of engagement in the legs here. Surprisingly enough, it's very difficult for me to sit like that. And look how sad. I'm so inflexible. This is quite fun. This is like a little ride. It's sort of fun. And you see at this point, it's not too intense, you know? It's quite relaxing, opening up your body, open up your ribs. Not fully aware of why some of these things are happening, you know, like diving your arms through the other arm. I'd like to know why, actually, what exactly is happening right now. But anyway, even this, like my hips are quite tight, so I can't even get my knees out to 90 degrees. I mean, is it due to flexibility or maybe it's strength? Not entirely sure. This is fun because it's simple, but it really works through the knots in your shoulders, so that's great. Really cool plank ab workout. This, I can actually feel the tightness in my inner thighs when I do that, which is a bit crazy. As you can see, I'm getting tired at this point. Giant sort of core workout. I feel like my core is actually stronger than my legs, and I naturally have quite slim and toned legs, so I just never associated it with being weak. But I think it is weak because I can't hold my legs up like that. And I mean, yes, it's also flexibility, but my legs are getting really tired. They're starting to burn a little bit, and look at me just trying to hold my split position is quite difficult. Yeah, it's difficult. And then downward dog, which is one of my least favorite poses. Here, engaging the quads, which is fun. It's fun. But again, it's not super comfortable when you're not used to it. My hips are not aligned right there. See, these are things that I can't tell when I'm actually doing it, but now that I'm watching, I can tell. Maybe I can tell when I'm doing it, I just don't really have control over how to fix that. So this is like a 30-minute extra active class, pretty intense. It was relaxing at the beginning, but yay, we're almost done. Spinal rolls, woohoo! Okay, so that was one of the extra active classes. I mean, it's pretty obvious that it was a bit of a workout, and I'm not wearing the right clothes to work out in. Come on, this is my look. So sorry if this is distracting. But as you can see, that was actually quite a bit of a workout. I mean, I'm not bouncing off the walls, but I am huffing and puffing, and I am sweating. It works the hip flexors a lot. My quads were burning at one point. It also works your core a lot. So it's quite nice because here I am working towards flexibility, but I'm also getting an ab workout at the same time. And I'm a little bit curious to see why my shoulders and my abs need to be active and working and strengthened in order for me to get to my front splits. But you know what? Those things will come, and I'll start to understand why it is that I need every muscle in my body to sort of be awake and aware. And I think a lot of it is stabilization and posture. We're gonna see how that informs and influences our stretch class, which is pretty cool. There are things you do in the stretch class that you're like, I don't know how to place this, I don't know how to either move my body into this position, but wait, in the extra active class, I worked on those muscles, and now they're just a little bit more engaged and you're a little bit more aware of how to place yourself like that, so it's pretty cool. It's all connected. I'm also gonna try to make myself look a little bit more respectable. Maybe I'll just take it off. Maybe I'll just take the headband off. Still me, don't worry. Yay, stretch class time. Okay, straight into leg stuff. If I'm being honest with you, I really don't enjoy doing stretches on my back like that because it's just so hard for me to extend my legs above me. That in itself is very difficult, but that being said, I feel like these stretches are
particularly good for me. And I am really, really working myself at this point. It might not look like it, but I am pushing and pulling and really trying to engage. I'm trying to take advantage of every moment, every stretch, and not be lazy, because I feel like when I was younger and I was in dance class, I would just try to be lazy and try to do as little as possible. Maybe I was self-conscious, or maybe I was just really discouraged by the fact that I wasn't very flexible. As you can see, I am more flexible on my left side, which is very exciting for me. Just looking at myself lying there like that, actually, I can sort of feel the flexibility or the release in my left leg. Yeah, and it's not even that flexible, but it's definitely more so than my right side. It's quite a struggle on my right side, even just to sit like that with my legs at 90 degrees. I really like this sort of quad stretch. It's so relaxing after all the pushing and pulling. Yay, we're sitting up now, but still working really hard on those legs. Again, I am fully 100% engaged with every movement that is happening. Here, I was able to feel my hamstrings attaching to my pelvis, like attaching to my sit bones, and that is quite new for me, I think. So being able to feel those differences in my body and the improvement in my body is really what's spurring me to keep going. Yeah, these are quite relaxing stretches, actually. And oh my goodness. Like, I wasn't tired enough and ready for it to all be over. And also, like I said earlier, downward dog is really difficult for me. I think downward dog is just difficult for anyone who is not super flexible. And so by this point, I'm quite tired. But the over lunge is fun. And yeah, you're asked to sort of like lift your arms up to sort of stabilize yourself in that position. And that I couldn't do that. I wasn't ready. I'm not ready to release my arms there. And so I don't actually fully fall into my splits, because if I do, then I can only do that if I compromise the alignment of my hips. So that's pretty much as far as I can go, guys.
Whew. Well, there you have it, folks. That was stretch class number 2. And I am done. I am so tired. I don't know if you can see, but my muscles were like quivering at one point. I might not necessarily be seeing my splits reach the ground, but I can feel the difference in my body. And for me, that's enough. Honestly, for me, that's enough, because I've been doing the same stretches for so long and seeing no improvement and not feeling anything different. So the fact that there is something happening internally is quite exciting. I feel like there are parts of my muscles that just weren't engaging before and didn't even know they existed. You know, they're just sitting dormant in my body, not aware of their existence or not aware of their purpose. And things like this, like the stretching and the positions and all that stuff, is really helping to like awaken parts of my body that have never been awakened before. There are moments in certain stretches where I can actually feel my hamstring stretching from my pelvis to my heel. And if you can tell, if you can see, I actually have my eyes closed for a lot of it, because I am very concentrated in trying to have the right posture, make sure I'm not hunched over, make sure I open my chest. I am starting to feel a difference, primarily in strength, which is very interesting. Like, I just feel like my body and my muscles are a lot stronger. And so if I have to sit in a certain pose, which otherwise would have been really uncomfortable, or I'm like falling all over the place, I'm able to sort of sit there quite comfortably. And that's big for me. These are milestones for me. I don't know if I'll be super flexy one day, but this is the journey to at least give it a try. So I'm really loving it, and I feel really good right now. I feel so ready for the day. Anyway, thank you for watching. Thanks for tuning in again. Comment, let me know how you like it or don't like it. I hope you do like it though, because if you don't like it, just don't watch it. Feel free to like or subscribe or follow, or find me on Instagram, because my Instagram's a lot of fun. Have a good one, and I'll see you guys next time.